anybody had ever imagined.
Yeah, because I'm not someone who goes around blabbing about that. That's not me.
In a twist that no one saw coming, not fans, not followers, and certainly not his former wives, Kody Brown has remarried. And his new bride. A woman no one in the Sister Wives universe had ever heard of before. Sara William. That's right. While the dust is still settling from the implosion of Kody's decades-long plural family. He's already said "I do" to someone completely outside the polygamous world he once preached like gospel. Pause for effect, the news broke like a thunderclap. Not through TLC, not from the Brown family, but through leaked photos. Quiet whispers online that exploded into a firestorm of speculation. There was Kody, grinning from ear to ear. Standing beside a brunette stranger in a white dress, reportedly named Sara William. The smile on his face, happier than he's looked in years. Narrator lowers voice slightly for emotional tone, but while Kody smiled somewhere else, Meri Brown was allegedly crying. According to sources, Meri broke down when she first read the news. The very idea that Kody had moved on so quietly, so suddenly, and so definitively struck her to her core. Background build-up, reflective tone for Meri. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a final nail. A painful confirmation that the man she spent over 3 decades loving, waiting for and hoping would return, was never coming back. The man who once made vows to her under the stars of a plural dream now stood beside another woman in a private, quiet ceremony. No cameras, no family. No fanfare. Switch tone, surprise twist, and yet Meri did something no one expected. Days later, she was seen smiling, not broken, not bitter, but seemingly free on a weekend trip with friends. She shared a cryptic Instagram post. Sometimes, letting go is the beginning of something beautiful. Pause for resonance. Was it a coincidence? Or was Meri finally ready to reclaim her story? Transition to backstory, reflective tone. Let's rewind. Over the years, we watched the unraveling. The once unified Brown family, with its promises of shared life and spiritual commitment, began to crumble. Christine left. Then Janelle. And Meri. She lingered, the ghost of a marriage, always hoping, always trying to prove her worth. Tension builds, but Kody had already emotionally checked out his heart. It belonged to Robyn, at least until now, because Sara William has entered the frame. A woman reportedly far removed from the world of TLC, a business owner. With no prior ties to reality TV or the polygamous past Kody clung to for decades. Mysterious tone, who is she? Come from, and why has Kody chosen now, after everything, to begin again? Narrator cuts in sharply according to sources. They were introduced by mutual friends, and the romance. It didn't just blossom. It ignited, fast, intense, and in a matter of months, it led to a ceremony that fans never saw coming. Build. Emotional conflict, meanwhile, as Kody embraces his new chapter. The old wounds among the Sister Wives cast still bleed. Christine is thriving in chaos. Janelle is reclaiming her strength. And Meri? She may be finally starting over. Transition to tell-all drama, but as always, Kody couldn't stay out of his own way. In part 1 of the most recent tell-all, Kody compared himself to Batman. Yes, Batman, quoting the infamous line, "You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain." Tone shifts to disbelief, and with that, audiences everywhere just sighed. Because this isn't a man seeking redemption. It's a man still chasing control of the narrative. It's grasping at metaphors and clinging to a sense of victimhood that fans have long since stopped buying. Critical voiceover tone, Kody blames jealousy for the breakdown of his marriages. He says he's tired of being guilt-tripped for loving Robyn. He even admitted to flipping 2 birds publicly to express just how little he cares about outside judgment. Contrast with wives, but while Kody flails in drama, the women rise in self-awareness. Janelle compares herself to Evelyn in Fried Green Tomatoes, ready to take her power back. Meri connects with Cheryl Strayed in wild, raw, broken, but finally healing, and Christine. Okay. She likens her life to everything, everywhere, all at once. Chaotic, messy, but so full of joy. Conclusion, building final thoughts. So while Kody plays the anti-hero in a story that feels increasingly like a tragic comedy, the women are writing new chapters, ones filled with freedom, growth, and clarity. And Sara William, the mysterious new wife, may be stepping into the eye of a storm she never truly understood. Final words, dramatic and emotional. Is this Kody's redemption, or is it just another disaster in the making? And could it be, just maybe, that the real happy ending isn't Kody's, but Meri's? Stay tuned, because the Brown family saga is far
When you
from
lay down
over.
with somebody,
Yeah.
right? And it's just completely just two people. It's as raw as it can be. It's the connection. It's the emotional connection, the physical connection.
Juggling finances, keeping the household afloat. Serving as the emotional bridge between explosive personalities for years. Janelle Brown was the unspoken backbone of the Sister Wives family, and even Kody Brown himself admitted to respecting her more than most. But that respect, it didn't last. Shift tone steady and reflective. The Sister Wives family has come undone. Christine left in 2021. Meri drifted away in silence. And now Janelle has made it clear she doesn't want friendship. Not with Kody, not with Robyn. Not anymore. Build emotion, honest, empowering tone during the latest tell-all. Janelle was asked directly, could she ever imagine being not friends with Kody and Robyn again? Her answer, calm, controlled. I don't have any hate, she said, but I just don't really feel like getting to know them. Then the real bombshell, honestly, I just really don't like them. There it was. Not anger, not rage, but the truth. A woman finally done pretending. Transition, strong female narrative tone. Janelle Brown is done. She's left Flagstaff. She's moved across the country to North Carolina, where she's now operating a farm alongside her daughter. No more co-parenting. No more forced lunch dates. No more fake smiles for the camera. Reflective tone on healing and introspection. She even admitted if she had known Kody longer before marrying him, I don't know if I would have married him. That's the kind of self-reflection that comes not from bitterness, but from healing. Shift tone to family drama and hypocrisy. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn Brown, the last standing couple, continue spinning. A tale fans no longer believe. In the latest tell-all episodes, fans watched as Kody stumbled through contradictions. And Robyn. She dodged questions like a politician, once even stating she'd rather get a root canal than be part of the reunion. Sarcastic tone, fan perspective, her laughter forced her answers incomplete. Viewers weren't buying it. Side-by-side comparisons of past statements and new interviews flooded Reddit and TikTok, and the contradictions were undeniable. Power builds returned to Janelle. Janelle saw through it all. After years of being treated as second-class, forgotten, ignored, unappreciated, she's finally had enough. No more sacred cows, no more favoring Robyn, no more lies. To Christine, high-energy tone and Christine. She walked away and never looked back. Her marriage ended in 2021 after Kody all but abandoned her emotionally. She was isolated, starved for love, and so she left. For herself, for her kids, for peace. Inspirational tone. Her transformation since then. Christine Brown has flourished. She lost weight. She built her brand. She launched a rental business in Utah, even listing properties on Airbnb and VRBO. She's a businesswoman, a mother, and now a wife again. Warm, romantic tone, yes, Christine fell in love again. With David Woolley, a man she says brings her joy, comfort, and peace. The two married in 2023. And together with her youngest daughter, Truly, they've been making new memories, from family road trips to cruises and quiet adventures in Goblin Valley. Empowering voiceover Christine isn't just surviving, she's thriving. In March 2025, she unveiled the cover of her first memoir, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. On the cover, she stands proud in a red blazer and black dress, a woman no longer trapped by her past, but proudly owning it. Tone returns to unity of the women one by one. The women who were once background players in Kody's story are now the authors of their own. Janelle on her farm in North Carolina, Meri leading her Worthy Up brand, Christine building her legacy in print. Tone returns to Robyn and Kody. Contrast, meanwhile, Kody and Robyn remain locked in their bubble of denial. In one infamous moment, Janelle referred to Robyn as Kody's sacred cow. And when host Sukanya Krishnan asked Robyn directly how she felt about it, Robyn laughed nervously. "I don't care, whatever." But fans weren't fooled. Her face said more than her words ever could. Sharp tone, Christine again. Christine, when asked whether Kody was the problem, didn't flinch. "If 3 of your wives leave you, it's a problem with the man." Viewers erupted in applause online. Tone softens critical observation in recent scenes. Fans also got a strange glimpse into the world. Kody and Robyn have built a world of weird symbolism, contradictory answers, and even bizarre home decor. Slightly playful tone. The decor moment, one moment that sent fans reeling, was a giant seashell and gemstone wall piece inside their home. Tanzanites, amethysts, oysters, mounted like a geological fever. Dream onto the wall. Some fans joked it looked like a souvenir. Shop had exploded. Others claimed it was the perfect metaphor for Kody and Robyn's relationship. All sparkle, no clarity. Deeper interpretation, tone, but the symbolism, it matters. Tanzanite, transformation. Amethyst, protection. Seashells, emotion and intuition. Are Robyn and Kody projecting their version of inner peace and healing? Or are they desperately clinging to an image that no longer exists? Final crescendo. Bring the women back while Kody continues to cast himself as an anti-hero, blaming everyone but himself. The women he left behind are finding joy, independence, and peace. They're no longer part of his drama, 'cause they've outgrown it. Closing line strong and hopeful. This isn't the end of Sister Wives, it's the beginning of something entirely new. And for once, it doesn't include Kody Brown. Behind the walls of Robyn and Kody Brown's new $1 million home, a story unfolds. Not through words, but through walls painted in purple, seashell sculptures, and crystals arranged like talismans. For the public, it might seem like just another house. For longtime Sister Wives viewers, it's a canvas, one that paints Robyn and Kody's identity, psychology, and grief in gemstones and symbolism. Transition to tone. Slightly mystical, analytical, let's start with the obvious. Robyn's obsession with purple isn't new. Fans have noticed her signature hue for years in her wardrobe, jewelry, and now unmistakably in her decor. Her bedroom boasts regal lilac tones. Her living room walls echo amethyst. And scattered throughout the house are dreamlike pieces of art, ethereal, floating, drenched in violet and deep plum. To some, it might just be bad taste. Social media had a field day. Walmart, rugs, cluttered chaos. Expensive randomness, but what if? It's more than just decoration. Tone deepens. Psychological insight. Robyn Brown is a Libra, the sign of balance, beauty, and airbound logic. Libras crave harmony. They're drawn to soft colors, refined environments, and artistic expression. So it makes sense that Robyn's home would mirror those instincts, even if to others it looks busy. And then there are the crystals, not just for flair. Tanzanite, one of the centerpiece gems in their sculpture wall, isn't random. Found in the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro in the 1960s, Tanzanite is said to promote emotional balance and spiritual transformation. For Robyn, a woman constantly navigating the chaos of public perception, fractured sister-wife relationships, and emotional landmines, this could be a subconscious need for control. Tone shifts symbolic, interpretation, and what about amethyst? Once worn by Catholic bishops to avoid mystical intoxication, now used in spiritual practices to ward off negative energy, clear the mind, and guard the soul. It makes you wonder, is Robyn's gemstone collection a shield against public criticism, against grief, against the memory of what once was a family, now fragmented? Because symbolism like this doesn't happen by accident. Tone softens spiritual reflection. Let's talk about the seashells. Delicate, natural, timeless, to casual eyes. It's just beach decor. But seashells are powerful symbols in indigenous cultures, representing metamorphosis, protection, and the cycles of life. As mollusks grow, they build their shells around them layer by layer, like armor, like history. Perhaps that's what Robyn and Kody are trying to do now, build something protective, something spiritual after so much loss. Because loss has come hard. It's transition tone, gentle, then deeply emotional. We can't talk about Kody Brown in 2025 without mentioning Garrison. The tragedy of losing a son changes you. It cracks the mask. And in those cracks, people either fall apart or start over. This new home, it may be their attempt at healing. Tone, rational, fair perspective. Say what you will about their choices, the house, the stones, the art. They sold their Flagstaff mansion for $1.9 million. Bought a new home for $2, $1 million, and moved forward. Whether their new space is soothing sanctuary or a spiritual signal, one thing's clear. They're not trying to follow your blueprint. They're following their own. Tone turns observational. Again, bringing in fan voices, fans on Reddit haven't held back. One commenter joked the home looked like a geologist's fever dream. Another called the Chelan crystal sculpture Gwyneth Paltrow meets a Florida souvenir shop. But others? They saw something else, a couple trying to create meaning in a world that's criticized their every move. Love them or not, Kody and Robyn have built a sanctuary full of symbolism. Tone returns to Libra insight and hidden psychology. Robyn, ever the Libra, may not just be decorating. It's curating, crafting a space that reflects her belief in harmony. Yet, as with many Libras, darkness hides in the light. The same charm that draws people in can sometimes mask passive aggression, manipulation, control. Some fans saw that in how she flaunted her closeness with Kody, how she smiled while others cried, how she flourished as 3 wives walked away. Whether it was intentional or unconscious, Robyn's house may be her statement louder than any confession on a tell-all. Transition to Kody with a somber tone. And what about Kody? Despite everything, his grief is real. The loss of Garrison, the breakdown of his marriages. Even he, the self-proclaimed anti-hero, has been forced to reflect. Surprisingly, some of his recent actions speak of growth. He handed over fair portions of the Arizona property, $35,000 each, to Janelle and Meri. Was it guilt? Closure? A peace offering? Maybe. Or maybe it's just a step. A small but significant one toward becoming someone new. Tone reflects. Resolution and change today. Kody and Robyn live in their new home. It's bold. It's dramatic. It's not for everyone. But for them, it's a retreat. One full of symbols, from the amethysts lining their tables to the bird of paradise. Statue guarding their hallway. Every item tells a story, not of perfection. Not of fairy tales, but of a life survived, a marriage rebuilt, and a family, however fractured, that continues to evolve. Closing, contemplative, poetic tone, the story of Sister Wives is no longer just about plural marriage. It's about transformation, about identity, about the quiet power of choosing how to live when the world is still watching. Robyn and Kody's home may not change your opinion of them, but it just might change how you see the story they're still trying to tell. Final line, dramatic pause, quiet impact, because sometimes healing doesn't look like peace. It looks like purple walls, seashell sculptures, and a crystal fortress built one heartbreak at a time. If walls could talk, Robyn and Kody's home wouldn't whisper. It would sing of obsession, control, grief, and desperate transformation. Because this isn't just a home, it's an altar to survival. And for a man who lost 3 wives, a son, and the respect of millions of viewers, Kody Brown is still standing, just not as the man fans once knew. Tone, analytical, psychological dissection look closely at the choices. Crystals, seashells, and spiritual geometry. These aren't random. They are rituals carved into stone, a defense, a delusion, a desperate search for meaning after so much has crumbled. Fans often ask, why would they decorate their home like this? But the better question might be, what are they protecting themselves from? Because when the world outside your window is scorched by backlash, you start building fortresses out of fantasy. Transition to fan reaction. Bold, biting fans haven't been subtle. Online forums exploded after interior shots leaked. Commenters compared their house to a psychic gift shop and called their tastes bougie meets bizarre. One Reddit thread titled, "What in the chakra hell is this?" garnered thousands of likes, a carousel of snarky observations about crystal grids on countertops and purple fringe blankets strewn across beige leather couches. But beneath this sarcasm, there was one shared conclusion. This house is hiding something. Tone shifts from snark to empathy. Deeper meaning because no one spends this much energy crafting a spiritual sanctuary. Unless they're running from something spiritual within.